the 1850s, fashion started to once again change drastically. While the silhouette of the 1830s remained mostly the same throughout the 40s, with some differences, dresses now not only changed in style but in size as well. Thanks to the patent of the cage crinoline in 1856, the size of one skirt was now able to exceed anything previously seen since the court mantois worn by ladies of high class in the 18th century. As the skirts got larger and larger, so too did the rates of death by fire. Crinoline fires were prevalent in the 1850s and 60s. Nurse and statistician Florence Nightingale estimated that around 630 women died from their clothes lighting up in only 2 years between 1863 and 1864, due to the crinoline that was in fashion. Some sources state that during the time of the crinoline, up to 3,000 women died due to crinoline fires. But why was this crinoline catastrophe so prevalent during this time? Well, the crinoline's popularity skyrocketed among all social classes, and with the Industrial Revolution and the developing industry of fast fashion, the hoop was accessible to those not a part of aristocracy. Its simple cage construction of spring steel hoops connected by strips of fabric allowed for a woman's legs to be freed from various petticoats that were used prior to create the large skirt silhouette. With less fabric, the skirt swayed easily, often lifting, causing scandals at the time due to how exposing a crinoline could be for a lady who bent over. With this also came the problem of bad depth perception. Skirts now sat far out from where you yourself stood, which was ultimately the downfall for many women who were unaware their skirts were brushing the hearth of an open flame. This caused the gown to light up, and with so many layers and clasps, it was a difficult process to tear off the burning garments before it was too late. During this period, undergarments became increasingly more conservative due to the fact that the crinoline would often expose the legs and ankles, as I briefly mentioned earlier. That being said, boots were also a common shoe choice as they covered the ankles. Shawls and bonnets were increasingly popular as well. With the advancements in chemistry and dye making, clothes were starting to get increasingly brighter with all sorts of patterns. Stripes and plaid designs were quite common during this period. For example, this Ogilvy's tartan dress is a Canadian artifact. Its bright colors made possible with all the advancements in dyes at this time, specifically with the discovery of aniline dyes. Aniline dyes are the first mass-produced synthetic colors created by coal tar and crude oil. These dyes changed the game significantly. No longer were they using natural dyes found in plants, insects, and/or minerals, but they were now able to artificially create vibrant, long-lasting dyes in a lab. Finally, in 1851, Isaac Merritt Singer patented the U.S. patent 8294A for a sewing machine. With the mass production of the sewing machine, the fashion industry changed drastically. No longer did a frock coat take 17 hours to sew by hand, but rather a mere 2.5 hours by machine. In summary, a lot was happening during the 1850s and 1860s. Crinoline fires were prevalent with the mass production of cage crinolines, vibrant fabrics were easily accessible with the accidental invention of aniline dyes, and clothing production time was cut down significantly with the introduction of the Singer sewing machine. My name is Hannah Bone, and I will see you next time for another episode of Fashion Friday.